Hello, this is Rebel Galaxy. This is a new game I picked up the other day. It's basically Freelancer, if you remember that game, meets Firefly, really, with the soundtrack and everything. I've had to fiddle with the sound levels, so hopefully everything comes through okay. It's basically this game is basically on a 2D plane. You can't control the height of your spaceship, but some ships can go above and below you, but your turrets will auto-track them. You can go out and hunt pirates, you can do some trading, you can do missions for various factions. It's a pretty deep game, but the impressive thing about it is it was made by two guys. And I've already put many hours into it. I am going to start a new game just to show it off from the beginning. Hopefully you enjoy it. And hopefully this doesn't wreck my save, because I can't figure out how to start a new game in a new slot. So, if it does, oh well. I mean, this is a fun game. I just wanted to show it from the beginning so you can see it with the starter ship and all that. So here we go. Also, the soundtrack is friggin' phenomenal. If you liked Firefly, this soundtrack is amazing.
6 days ago, you received a cryptic message from your Aunt Juno, the family black sheep, who you haven't seen or heard from in over 10 years. The message
I'm going to try not to talk too much over the story.
To the Rasputin, a near derelict spacecraft and a relic of her younger days. Also included were the coordinates to Rust City, an out-of-the-way space station with a questionable reputation. She practically begged you to meet her there as quickly as possible. Now, after several days of travel and a few unscheduled maintenance stops, you have at last arrived. This is a place of liars and thieves. You wonder how you let yourself get dragged to such a godforsaken backwater.
The other thing I forgot to mention is you are not flying a little teeny tiny ship. This is a capital ship. Oh, let's receive that message. There are talking heads. They mostly talk in alien. Yeah. This is the first guy you meet is Mr. Tentacle Face. Who the hell are you? There is a bit of a Star Wars vibe with the made-up alien voices as well. But all the people who speak in English kind of have either a Southern or Australian twang, so it's very much space cowboy. So, yeah, I like it. Yeah, what you said. And here's a little tutorial. I'm playing with a controller. That's the recommended way. It really works well with a controller. I haven't tried it with keyboard controls. I have heard they work just fine as well. But you're doing enough different things that having all the controls available quickly is very nice. Some of the combat does get a little frantic. So let's get going.
Accelerating to sublight.
Don't need
Engines
to
at
worry.
maximum.
It's right here. Done. There we go. Rust City.
Exit sublight.
And we're in the dock. Damn, I'm out at space right away. Oh, let's get a turret. Here, you spend quite a bit of time in this screen upgrading your ship. What you start with is kind of shit. But it's a lot like naval combat, like you would imagine. Most of your damage is going to come from what's called broadsides. You can kind of see the 3 ports on the side of the ship there. Right now I have basically laser cannons in there. Yeah. Can we afford... We can't actually afford a secondary. That's like missiles, flak cannons, things like that. Basically, fire and forget weapons you can just launch at any time. Let's put another turret on here. The only thing we can afford right now is the crappy little Mark I scatter turret, little pea shooter. Install. We will be upgrading those very quickly. I'm a big fan of the pulse turrets, but there's a huge selection. Yeah, here's the broadsides. This is basically cannons. These are basically shotguns, and these are basically long-range cannons. that's all we can do here for now. You also have hull, shield, and a deflector that you activate on your own to basically ward off big shots, and then all sorts of little upgrades you can do here. It actually gets pretty complex. I think they said there are 32 ships in the game, but most of what you see out in space you can fly, other than very distinct alien ships. You can hire a mercenary to fly with you. They will fly basically a small fighter, and it's handy to have them in some of the bigger fights. Different kind of randomly generated events happen out in the universe that affect what things cost and things like that. Bartender does what a bartender does in these sort of games. They'll just kind of give you tips and stuff like that. But let's continue on with the story so we can get on to the meat of the game.
Mando cambiso giunno, sandoco paldo.
Let's be nice to this guy. He seems like a friendly dude.
Ando jetei, rando bondu, jando botondo cando sei.
Of course.
Bando vozotondo, jando bocal, rando zavara.
Yeah, let's find out.
Rando sei, jambondo specter, totaka lando jazunda. Giunno bongo capanta, ram
see it.
sim
Let me see it.
rando vei. Jando bopa, ram tosca, yando bojanda. Dando Rasputin, ando zopai,
Rasputin?
ram con vojara, zazabonda.
What are you trying to say?
Corno bajatenko, zando joetanda. Rendo boboy.
Yeah, okay.
Popta.
What do you say?
Ando bozaldo voshu. Juno bondo zazoponde ye. Ralla.
What do you want me to do?
Zopando soskafa whiskey.
Whiskey.
Manjunda bo.
It's a deal, dude.
Rando. Beef huntro
500 credits.
Noia. Bronson coal. Rendo bo whiskey.
Let's do it. Alright. And, oh yeah, here's the market. You can... I usually don't do a whole lot of trading, but you can, like, buy stuff. I just wasted some money. No, wait. No, yeah, you can do that. Okay. But some stuff is illegal. Like, this is illegal in some places. This is illegal here. So if you have those, if you have space slaves, you can't sell them here. But different places have different things that are illegal. And anything that's marked in red is considered contraband, and if the space cops scan your ship and find you have them, they will basically pull you over and say, give them back or we will shoot you. But yeah, I really basically take things from the ships I blow up and sell them at the commodities market. I don't do a whole lot of trading. Shipyard, here's a bunch of different ships. Here's what we have right now. It's a Hammerhead class. But you can move up. They get bigger. They get bigger. That's the one I'm flying in my main game. That's actually a pretty good ship. Bunch of little turrets. They get bigger. Destroyer. This is the biggest one you can get in the starting area. But there is a class bigger than this called Dreadnought, which is gigantic. The downside to moving up is the ships get much slower as you go up. You can complete the entire game in the starter ship if you really want to, but it would be difficult because you don't have a whole lot of firepower in a Hammerhead. Alright, mission board. This is where you pick up little side quests to do different things. Basically either blow stuff up, carry stuff somewhere, protect a dude, things like that. That's about it. Let's depart. It dumps you out in space. Yes, there we go. You get little markers to tell you where to go. And the music at places like this is nice and quiet. I love the music in this game. I'm going to rave about it constantly. But in battle, it tends to kick up.
Engines at maximum.
And as soon as you get far enough away from stuff, it'll let you warp. You can also hold down a button to boost.
Accelerating.
You can turn the camera to the side. You can aim. This is your broadsides. It will auto-aim to an extent. This is what it looks like. Pew! The turrets will auto-fire. You can take direct control of them
Turret.
right here.
Exiting satellite. Broadsides.
Alright. Let's warp. Low risk. If you hit warp, it basically speeds you up. It will take you out of warp automatically if there's something close by. The music will stop playing eventually as you're just flying around until you get combat. Yeah. And you can steer yourself when in warp, so you can dodge like asteroid fields like that one that we just flew by. Oh, yeah. See? There we go. And when you're in an area like this, you can look for things that are around by hitting Y, hitting pulse, which basically just scans the area.
Bounty detected.
And, oh, yep, more tutorials. That basically explains everything pretty well. I also haven't done a whole lot of mining, just because I'd rather just shoot stuff. It's been fun for me. But apparently you can get a lot of cash that way from mining and everything. Hello, Branson. Let's boost over that way.
Exiting
And
satellite.
yeah, it warns you if you're going to hit something. Bounce off.
Collision warning.
There we go. Incoming hail. Let's answer that.
Hey there. Orders
Hey
to
there.
send you. You got my payment.
Yeah, here you go.
Pleasure doing
You can
business.
shoot him if you want to, but I mean, come on. He's a much bigger ship, got much better guns. It would not. You could do it, but let's not just yet.
Mission
Thanks.
complete.
Yeah, he's a big old freighter. They actually pack quite a bit of a punch.
Satellite.
So now we turn around. And as long as we're not near anything, we can warp out of here. Get this mission done so we can get onto the more meaty stuff. Oh no, we got too close to something. Where is it?
Accelerating to satellite.
Okay. Let's get out of the asteroid field so we don't get interrupted again. And go. Warp. There we go. And things will pop up while you're warping around, little distress signals and things like that. You can stop or not. A lot of times the distress signal is a trap, and there'll be a bunch of enemy ships there as opposed to just one or two. It's still fun to fight your way out of it, and it drops you out of warp automatically. There we
Mission
go.
complete.
And we delivered the whiskey, got 7,000 credits, so we'll be able to upgrade once we finish talking to Orzu here.
Senso, andozo poio potara, und tronten, zandobojino tronta,
Now,
und jitunen
I would recommend
raspiti.
taking the tractor beam here just because otherwise you can't pick up crap that enemies drop in space and you're left just shooting dudes and collecting bounties to get money. So I like to gather everything they drop. Let's take that.
Valo me, ondozo keito pushna vra rasputin.
I will be buying a deflector very shortly anyway, so. What about my
Jandoze, mando koboshe, ondo ka queen copa.
Yeah. Just okay.
Ando simplo, romoton, gandozo con, ando boji mundu, ondo bojola.
Yeah, sure.
Gente, vendo con.
Destroy the container. This is basically a weapon tutorial.
Rantasha Dombaba.
I'll be back in a bit. Now, we could hire the mercenary, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We don't really need him yet. But what I am going to do is go in here, get myself some better armor, sell the old one, yep, some better shields. Yes. There. Now we don't have wet tissue paper armor. One of the first things you should do when you have the option is upgrade those, because otherwise you die. Once you're down in the bottom corner, you can see the blue and white circles. Blue is your shields, the white is your armor. Once the armor is stripped away, you start losing systems, and that percentage starts going down. If that percentage hits 0, you're dead. And that's it. Oops, I accidentally docked. God dang it. Depart. Let's get... There we
Engines
go.
at maximum.
Kind of boost away from the station.
Satellite boosters depleted.
Oops, yeah. That little gauge at the top is clearly the boosters.
Accelerating the sublight.
Alright. And come on, let me warp. Anytime now. There we go. I'm probably going to go until I get into a good solid combat, and then I'll stop the video. I may record another one, I'm not sure. But this is already going on a little longer than I expected to. I forgot how long the tutorial is. But I love this game. It's really good. Like I said, I've played many hours of it already. Jump feed. Yes, broadsides. Yes, I was explaining that earlier. Okay, let's get around that guy. Alright, let's line up a broadside here. You can still control your ship in this view, obviously. Pew pew pew. Oops, crashed into it. And if you fire before it's all zoomed in like that, you can just kind of spray shells all over the planet, which is really nice if it's against a gigantic target and you have very little chance of missing. But if you're going against smaller targets like this, you're just gonna like scatter shots to the wind. Yeah, I almost never control my turrets. I let them handle fighters. And just use my broadsides against capital ships. Let's see here. Oh, ambushers. Let's pulse to get them on our map. There they are. Alright, buddies. Come here, you. Here's our combat music kicking up.
Satellite boosters depleted.
Alright. And you can broadside these guys, but they're usually pretty good at dodging it. But as you can see, the turrets do a pretty good job. This is a bigger ship. You can't dodge. And you can see his shields and armor on his little circle.
Satellite boosters depleted. Collision warning.
Ooh, almost hit something. Come back here, dick. And so you can run. I gotta upgrade my engines. Gotta upgrade my ship.
Satellite
Engines
boosters
are on this.
depleted.
And here's where we get into a broadside fight.
You're tearing me apart.
Yes, I am. And he's faster than me, which is really annoying. Yeah, you can see my turrets are still pumping away at the other guys. Your broadsides do way more damage than your turrets, but if you're in a situation like this where you can't keep up with the guy, they don't work very well. Yeah, come on. Quit running away, you bitch. Meanwhile, my turrets have almost cleaned up all of the ships chasing me. There we go. Ah, he decided to turn. Now my turrets are going on him, and that'll actually be helpful because it'll keep his shields down. So my broadsides can actually take huge chunks out of his health. Almost got him. I'm out of range for my turrets. I gotta get closer. I'm out of range for everything now. Turrets will auto-fire when they're in range. God. Come on. I want your whatever delicious toys you have.
This is getting too hot for me.
There we go. And you are dead. Explosions are delicious in this game as well. Bio waste. Nope, that's contraband. We don't want that.
Collision warning.
No, I'm not gonna bother getting it.
Collision warning.
And that's that. That's combat. I'm gonna head back to the base.
Accelerating to sublight.
There's a few systems I haven't shown off yet, like secondary weapons and deflectors. But if I do another video, I'll definitely show those off. So those will probably be on the list of things I get next. For now, I think I'm going to cut it here. If there is a next video, we will start at the base. Thank you. Thanks for watching.